नमः सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। अस्माभिः गतकक्ष्यायां पञ्चमभागस्य प्रथमश्लोकम् अर्थात् कालिदासविरचितरघुवंशात् तत्र दिलीपस्य कथाभागं पठन्तः स्मः। श्लोकमेतद् ज्ञातं। तस्मिन् क्षणे पलायितुः प्रजानामुत्पश्यतः सिंह निपातमुग्रम् अवाङ्मुखस्योपरि पुष्पवृष्टिः पपात विद्याधर हस्तमुक्ता। विशदतया तस्य वाक्यचक्रस्य दर्शनमपि अस्माभिः कृतमासीत्। इदानीम् अग्रे गमिष्यामः। यदा सः सिंहस्य आक्रमणम् उत्पश्यतः आसन् तदा एव तत्र पुष्पवृष्टिः अभवत् इति ज्ञातम्। उत्तिष्ठ अमृतायमानं वचो निशम्योत्थितम् उत्थितः सन् तदर्श राजा जननीमिव स्वां गामग्रतः प्रसविणीं न सिंहम्। उत्तिष्ठ वत्सेत्यमृतायमानं वचो निशम्योत्थितमुत्थितः सन् ददर्श राजा जननीमिव स्वां गामग्रतः प्रसविणीं न सिंहम्। उत्तिष्ठ वत्स इति अमृतायमानं वचः निशम्य उत्थितम् उत्थितः उत्थितम् उत्थितः सन् ददर्श राजा जननीम् इव स्वां गाम् अग्रतः प्रसविणीं न सिंहम्। तस्य यदा सः तत्र पुष्पवृष्टिः अभवत् प्रायः किञ्चित् चकितोपि अभूत् राजा दिलीपः। उत्तिष्ठ वत्स इति वचः श्रुतं तेन। अमृतायमानं वचः, pleasure, bringing the pleasure equivalent to having elixir. Amrutayamanam vachaha means shanaj kind of application there. Okay, so vatsa uttishta, hey son, dear son, get up. This kind of elixir feeling generating talk, nishamya, having heard. Uttitam uttitah san. Uttitam, where to apply? We have to see, because see uttishta vatsa iti amrutayam vachah nishamya raja अथवा दिलीपः इति कर्ता दिलीपः भवति। तर्हि उत्थितम् इति कर्मपदवत् अस्ति। प्रायः वचः इत्यस्य किमपि विशेषणं स्यादिति इदानीं, परन्तु स्थापयामः तत्र उत्थितः इति प्रथमायां। तर्हि राजा उत्थितः अर्थात् सः उत्तिष्ठ उदतिष्ठत्। उत्थितः सन् अस् धातोः शत्रन्तरूपं, being the one who got up. Dadarsha Raja, again Raja is in Pratama, so that is Dilipah. Raja Dadarsha, he saw Jananim Iva. Okay, Prayah Uttitam, if it is there, then we can apply it to Jananim, but it is Uttitam, so it can be only in Pullinga or Nabumsaka. Okay, so we will wait. Jananim, so Raja Jananim Iva Gam, Swam Jananim Iva Gam Agratah Dadarsha. Punah Prasravinim Gam Simham na Dadarsha, Natu Simham iti tatra sthapitavyam. Gam Agratah Dadarsha, Natu Simham. So, hey, get up, dear son. this nature of endearing words having heard, the king who got up, who got up in the act of getting up, he saw as if his own mother, the cow in front of him, who was sorry, not Prasravinim. That means she was in a status of giving milk. Okay, Prasrava means some kind of dripping. So she was in a status of giving milk. Nasimham, so not the lion. That means Kumbhodara had disappeared. Okay, so now Uthitam is open. We have not been able to see exactly where it can fit. Uthitam Vachaha, some sense like that perhaps. We will see. Uh, okay, so Anvaya Vakya. So I will avoid this. You can go through that fairly straightforward now. Raja Vatsa Uttishta iti Uttitam Amrutayamanam Vachaha Nishamya. So Raja put all the way in the beginning as a karta. So this they have quoted. Vatsa Uttishta iti Uttitam Amrutayamanam Vachaha. See, like we guessed, it is Visheshana to this Vachaha only. Amrutayamanam is also a Shanajanta Visheshana to Vachaha. Uttitam is also similarly that. So what is the sense of Uttitam Vachaha? Maybe an alerting type of word or some uplifting word. That may be the sense of Uttitam. So Kalidasa is playing. One place he has put Uttitam, and for the king he has put Uttitaha, one who has got alerted and who is attentive. That sense is there in that. Okay, so this word is uplifting and he got uplifted. So the Karana Karya Bhava is there in that relationship between the two. Nishamya, Uttitaha san, having gotten up, being fully alert. Agrataha in front. Prasavinim gam swam jananim iva. See how they have put the upamana after the upameya. So the upameya is gam and the upamana is jananim. Okay, swam jananim. So prasravinim gam kama swam jananim iva dadarsha. So he literally saw like his own mother. Okay, simham Prasravinim. If I say Prasavinim, ignore me. Prasravinim, Srava. Okay. Simham na dadarsha. So see, they have borrowed dadarsha a second time too. Natu simham is enough, but natu simham tu can be borrowed also similarly. Basically, in place of Kumbhodara, he started seeing the cow who was now up and alert and in a status of providing milk. Okay. So I will leave alone this English order. See, with milk oozing, this sense they have given. Tasmin eva kshane vatsa uttishta iti vachanam Dilipah shrutavan. Tad vachanam amritamiva asit. So they have not given any explanation in this part for the Uttitam, really. Let us see here Uttitam, that came forth thus. Oh, the words that emerged thus. Okay, rather than in the sense of alerting. Okay, so the words that emerged. Okay, Uttitam, that came forth. Okay, Uttitam Vachaha, the words that emerged, obviously from the cow. Okay, okay. So, Tataha Dilipaha Uttitavan Agrato Apashyat, he saw Ashcharyam. So he became surprised. Tatra Simhaha Nasti Dugdam Sravayantim Nandinim Eva Raja Apashyat. Denvaha Darshanam Tasya Swa Matru Darshanam Iva Asit. So it was equal to seeing his own mother. So, all right. So little simplified thing they have given. Okay. Normally, I would also add a little bit of context sentence. Itaha purvam raja kumbhodaram swasya deham arpitavan asit parantu pushpavrishtihi abhavat. Tasmin eva kshane. You can go forward like that. One sentence about the context so far will be nice. Okay. So, Anvaya. So, Dadarsha, Apashyat, Kaha Dadarsha, Raja Dadarsha, Karta extraction. So, here, So, Kidrishaha Raja could have been there, but they have put Katham Bhutaha as a slightly better. Katham Bhutaha son, because Uttitaha son is there. When there is a Shatranta associated with that Visheshana, the one who had been alerted or gotten up, okay, stood up, right? So, Katham Bhutaha son, they have extracted the son as part of the question. So, here what you do, don't write the son only here. You can write Uttitaha san here. Okay. So Kam dadarsha, Gam dadarsha. Karma pada they have taken. See, there is no other Visheshana. Okay. Kam iva dadarsha, Jananim iva dadarsha. Kim kritva dadarsha, Nishamya. So Nishamya. So here they have now brought the clausal verb Lyabanta. Okay. Nishamya. Okay. So Kim Nishamya, the Kim for the karma pada of the expectation. Okay, having heard sense. Okay, so Vachaha. So that's what. That's in actually Dvitiya. Okay, so that is in Dvitiya. It is a karma pada for the Nishamya. Kriya embedded within Nishamya. Kim Nishamya, Vachaha Nishamya, Kidrisham Vachaha, Amrutayamanam Vachaha. Napumsake, Dvitiyayam. Punaha Kidrisham, Uttitam Vachaha. That emerged, that came forth. Kimiti Vachaha. Here, see, you can say Kidrisham Vachaha or Kim iti Vachaha. Both are okay. Okay. Uttishta Vatsa iti. So that whole quotation becomes embedded with this kimiti question. So when you have to probably extract a quotation with the iti, it will be nice to use this style, kimiti vachaha or kamiti, some other, if it's a pullinga thing like that. Okay, here it's an apumsakaling, vachaha. Okay, or vakyam. Or, here it is vachaha because vachaha is already extracted. So kimiti vachaha uttishta vatsa iti kutra dadarsha saptami thing. Agrataha. Tasil pratyaya is there, okay, but here it is in a saptamyartha, okay, agre ityasmin arte, okay, from front is similar to in the front area like that, okay. Na dadarsha, so the negative interpretation of dadarsha, na apashyat, kaha na apashyat, ayo, there is a mistake. Okay, this is meaning here. Okay. Suddenly there is some little bit, okay, like that style. Okay, because for Kriya Pada they are giving Paryaya. So na dadarsha, na apashya. So dadarsha part is taken for the gam. But na dadarsha is now being taken, na apashyat. Kaha na apashyat, punaha raja has been borrowed. Okay, and kam na apashyat, simham na apashyat. So one small sub-extract they have done. But in Samskrita, what we do is we use the tu, na tu as a linker. So Prasravinim Gam Dadarsha Natu Simham. It is enough putting a comma and putting Natu Simham and putting the Dadarsha on either side of the left side sentence and the right sentence so that it is borrowed. So Dadarsha Natu Simham. Dadarsha becomes a Dehli Dipanyaya applicable to the right. You don't need to copy again. Okay. That is a way of connecting two sentences that are actually there. One is simply Dadarsha and one is Na Dadarsha. ओके
क्षम्यता महोदय
वर्ये
उत्थितः इत्युक्ते द्विवारं प्रश्न अस्ति कथं भूतः न उत्थितः पुनः कीदृशम् उत्थितं द्विवारम् आगच्छति किमर्थं
कीदृशं वचः उत्थितं वचः one is for vachaha in karma position, another is for the karta raja. That's why uttitaha is in pullinga pratama vibhakti ekavachana, uttitam is in napumsaka dvitiya ekavachana for vachaha. Vachaha vachasi vachamsi, vachaha vachasi vachamsi. So vachaha is in dvitiya here.
Dvitiya ekvachan.
So that's what the first technique is. Who is karta? And then eliminate potential karta looking subjects into karma position, especially in napumsakas, which look alike in karta and karma position. Okay. Yeah. Any other question? Okay.
Excuse me, sir. What is this kimiti?
Kimiti. Kim iti. That's all. It has been combined into one word. Kim iti.
Okay, sir.
What so word? So word. typical Indian grammar. What's a word? So word. ಏನೆಂದು ಮಾತು, ಹೀಗೆಂದು ಮಾತು, like ಎಪ್ಪಡಿ ಇಪ್ಪಡಿ.
That's why I thought it's a repetition, sir. ऊपर भी लिखा है उत्तम और नीचे भी वापस वो रिपीट किया
नहीं
हुआ
नहीं,
है,
वो हम उधर ही देखा ना, एक उत्थितम अस्ति एक उत्थितः अस्ति, कथं स्वीकर्तव्यमिति अस्माभिः चिन्तितं तथा तत्र एव मया चिन्तितं किञ्चित् यावत् उत्थितम् इति वचः इत्यस्य विशेषणं भवितुम् अर्हति, परन्तु पश्यामः इति उक्तं। तदत्र संस्कृतभारत्या यथा वर्णितं तत्र ज्ञातम् आमां सत्यम् उत्थितं वचः इति। मया प्रथमवारम् एवं चिन्तितम् उत्थितम् इस् uplifting word, that is also kind of possible, but they have simply said coming forth, word that is coming forth,
Okay.
emerging.
Yes.
Actually, uplifting is possible when there is a niche there. It is not having niche in it. Uttapamanam vachaha, something like that, perhaps. Something more elaborate form is required. Okay. Okay, we will move forward. So once more we'll read this. Uttishta vatsetyamrutayamanam vacho nishamyotthitamutthitah san dadarsha raja jananimiva swam gamagratah prasravinim nasimham. Grama comes in. Our brain confuses this repa earlier. Okay. So Padavivaranam you guys go through. Okay. Nothing much. Samasa they have explained one. Asmi, nothing actually. Asmin padye samasta padani na santi. We'll go back. Vatsa iti amrutayaman nishamya uttitam uttitah sanda. Nothing is there. Gram agrataha is actually simple samyoga. So there is actually no samasta. Interesting. Rarity. There is no samasta anywhere. There are different complex forms of simple words, but there is nothing which is compound. This will not come in exam then. I don't know. Just quoting. Okay. Next one. Tam vismitam denuruvacha sadho. See, Kalidas has switched the meter. See, that was in a different meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because this is a halanta, you shouldn't count. So 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11. So one of the Indra-Vajra variants. I don't want to offer now. This Dadarsha is having Hraswa, and that Uttishta is having Guru and Lagu is there. So I don't know how to. We'll leave it alone. We'll not attempt it here. You guys do that analysis.
तत्र उपजाति ना सर, मिक्स है तो उपजाति आ जाता है ना.
हो सकता है, पूरा देख के बताना पड़ेगा, ऐसा ही जंप करना नहीं पड़ेगा. वो पूरा सबका गुरुत्व लघुत्व स्थापन करके वो तथा जगह हुआ एतत् सर्वं द्रष्टव्यम् अस्माभिः. But first clue is 11 times 2, 11 times 4 is the first clue. That's what we have to analyze first. That much I usually analyze. After that, even my brain freezes. I'm not so good at this. Our Guru Ore would have said it just like that, without battling an eyelid. Okay. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think this is just arranged differently. So the visual arrangement of each pada confused me. It is probably one of the same vrittas. Anyway, tam vismitam denuruvacha sadho mayam mayodbhavya parikshitosi ऋषि प्रभावान्मयि नान्तकोपि प्रभुः प्रहर्तुं किमुतान्य हिंस्राः tam vismitam rajanam. Obviously, immediately we can imagine, right? Tam vismitam rajanam. To that surprised king as a object. Denuhu uvacha. Nandini uvacha. What did she say? Sadho. He sadho. Okay. He guru. Guruhu guru. He guru. Same way. Sadhu. He sadho. See, they have helped us with an app. Exclamatory mark not needed, but they have added. Okay. Mayam mayodbhavya maya udbhavya. Mayam maya udbhavya. So there is a guna there. Udbhavya, lyabanta is there. Okay. Parikshitah asi. So Maya Mayam Udbhavya. So Karta is Denuhu only. She is telling, Hey Sadho, Maya Mayam Udbhavya. By me, by creating an illusion, the illusion of Kumbhodara and all the scene that unfolded since we have started reading in the beginning, right? Maya Udbhavya means by creating, by setting it up like that. So maya udbhavya. Tvam is inferred from asi. There is a elided akara. So asi. So tvam asi. Tvam parikshitah asi. You have been investigated, examined, tested. Okay. So that's what simple words of cow. So when we read first time, it looks, oh, yo, what is mayodbhavyam? What is, see, do the sandhi analysis. What's possible? Mayam is already separate. Mayodbhavyam, udbhavyam, bhavyam. So ya is there, bhavya. Okay, so lyabanta. So some dhatu will be there and then upasarga is there. So udbhavya. Because why lyabanta is there, so there must be an upasarga. So ut is the upasarga that has become ud due to jastva. So u is there. So if u has become o, then there must be a guna possible with an akara or a akara. Maya is possible by me. So maya udbhavya. Like this, my brain is working. That's what I am trying to tell you guys. That's how you have to reverse analyze the thing. Mayodbhavya parikshito asi. See, parikshitah utvam asi, elision. Urvarup. Okay, so Rishi Prabhavan Mayi na Antakah api. Okay, Rishi Prabhavat Mayi na Antakah api. Nothing else is there further. So what she is trying to say, due to the great power and influence of the Rishi. Who is the Rishi? She is referring to Vasishta only. She is Vasishta's cow. So due to the powerful influence, powerful I am adding, pra can be expanded as powerful. Due to the powerful influence of the Rishi, due to is from At, which is Panchami, right? So Rishi Prabhavat, Mai upon me, okay, Saptami, upon me, na Antakaha. Who is Antakaha? One who does the Antakriya for all of us, Yamaraja. So Antakaha api na, whatever she is going to say further, kimapi kartum prabhavati is the inference almost we can say. Okay. So Antakaha api na, okay, we don't know what is the kriya she is going to say. Prabhuhu prahartum kimuta anya himsraha. This Prabhuhu is not to be confused as the Prabhu Shabda. I think it is some kind of a Kriya Pada. It's Prabhavati in the sense of Prabhuhu, maybe in another Lakara, which we may not be easily familiar with. So, Antakaha api na Prabhuhu. Okay, he is also not capable like that. So, let us see the form of Prabhuhu. Okay, Prabhuhu is not capable. Prabhuhu. Oh, okay, it has been simply taken as a Kridanta form. Samartha na asti, na Prabhuhu asti. Okay. It is a Bhudatu's form with the pra upasarga, but it is a Kridanta thing. A lard in the sense of a lard. Even the Yama is not a lard in upon me. That means Mai saha api na Prabhuhu iti. So it's a Kridanta form instead of some. I was imagining some later some form maybe there like this. Okay, but it's not there. Okay. Prahartum Prabhu. Na antakaha api na prahartum na Prabhu. To kill me. Prahartum, or to hit me or kill me. Kimuta. This kimuta is a wonderful Sanskrit phrase. What other, I mean, if that being the case, what this little thing called other cruel animals? Himsraha. Himsraha means a cruel animal. Okay. Himsra Pashu is a word that you would have seen. So Himsraha. So what is that being the case? What about other simple Himsra Pashus? Okay, that's what this Kimuta sense is there. So I'm going to talk about this Kimuta, Kincha, etc. a little bit here, because these kind of things we should learn. Okay, this forms actually. It's actually combination of couple of words, but that becomes a popular little phraselet that is used quite often. Kincha, Kimuta, this kind of things are used a lot in Samskritam. Yenandre, like that we say in Kannada. Enna annaka, like in Tamil. Kya bole, like that in Hindi. At least in southern Hindi. Okay, that kind of thing is this Kimuta. Okay. So once more, we'll just read it, having understood it a little bit. Tam vismitam denuruvacha sadho mayam mayodbhavya parikshitosi rishi prabhavan mayi nantakopi prabhu prahartum kimutanya himsraha. Okay, so it's clear to us now when we read it again, right? So vismitam tam denuhu. Vismitam tam, actually in bracket dilipam put. Okay, denuhu, he put he in bracket. He sadho mayam udbhavya maya parikshitah asi. Maya tvam, you can put in brackets here. Tvam parikshitah asi. Rishi prabhavat mai antakah api prahartum na prabhu. Na prabhavati has been taken into a Antakahas Visheshanas Prabhu. Okay. So api prahartum na Prabhu. But though it's a Visheshana, you should place it in the place of a Kriya, because that's the dominant part of that Prabhutva. Okay. Anya himsraha kimuta. See, they have brought out next. Anya himsraha kimuta. Okay. Like so, this kimuta cannot be taken in a kind of, oh, anya himsraha is in pullinga bahuvachana. What is kim shabda doing there? How anya himsraha kim? No, it is kimuta. It is an avyaya of its own quality. Okay, anya himsraha kimuta tarhi or something like that you can add. That's all. There is no kim plus uta anymore. It has become a new phrase called kimuta. What say? Okay. The Kim Uta is just a Genesis explanation, but now it has taken its own avyayatva. See, 0, 0, 0. All these are like new avyayas. They're just used as is. That there is a vyutpatti behind them is just our convenience. It's now a new word which is permanently there as an indeclinable. Okay. So you guys read this. Tatparyam. Simham apashyan, seeing the lion. See, they have brought in the context. Apashyan. Okay, okay. See, this one is a confusing thing, right? So this is actually nine. It's not coming from any, kriyapada form. Okay. Apashyat, apashyan. No. So that is not a bahuvachana lang. This is na pashyan. They should have kept it separate so that it doesn't collide with apashyan in the lang bahuvachana. But they have done it to play with us maybe a little bit. So I would say simham na pashyan shatranta. With not seeing the lion, the king. It's there in the Shatranta association with Dilipa. Pushpadharam cha anubhavan, another Shatranta, also experiencing the Pushpavrishti. Dilipaha ascharya chakitaha abhavat. Tvam vismitam has been explained with this sentence to bring the context nicely. This is the style of Tatparya one should follow. Tadrisham tam. See, now they have brought the link. Tadrisham tam. This was missing in the previous verse explanation. Here they have done it nicely. Tadrisham tam uddishya denuhu avadat vadati is not actually correct. You shouldn't use present tense. Avadat would have been nice. Rajan buddhi purvakam ahameva tvam parikshitavati. What is this buddhi purvakam? Maya udbhavya mayam. It's a buddhi purvakam. It's slightly you can go maya eva maya rupena etat sarvam rachitam. Like that you can say. You don't need to say buddhi purvakam and all that. Tena तव परीक्षणम आकारवम अथवा कृतवती like that you can स्त्रीलिंग तवतु if you want. सिंहः माया निर्मितः न वास्तवः. So now they are explaining mayodbhavya. Mayam mayodbhavya. So na vastavah. Vastavah means not a real thing. Not a vastu. Vriddhi of a vastu, you see. That is basically taddita. Bhagavan Vasishtah Mam Atishayena Anugrihitavan Asti. See, Rishi Prabhavan Mai. Due to the great power and influence of the Rishi in protecting me. Like that. That sense has been taken. Mai can be taken on that side, can be taken on this side. Antakaha pin Mai na Prabhu. No, like that. Okay. तस्य अनुग्रहः अस्ति इति कारणतः साक्षात् यमः अपि मां हन्तुम् असमर्थः. प्रहर्तुम् has been taken as directly हन्तुम् here. Okay. एते प्राणिनः किं वा कर्तुं शक्नुयुः. Nice. Kimuta has been brought out with this kaku question. This kind of thing is called kaku. Rhetorical question. What we say in English is kaku in Samskrita. The kaku is also used for tonality of a sentence, but specifically in a grammatical sentence structure, this kind of thing is called kaku. Okay. Ete praninah kim va kartum shaknuyuh. That's the kaku there. Okay. Anvaya rachana uvacha uktavati.
So I don't understand this kaku, sir. What can you explain that a bit?
Kaku is this rhetorical question with a known answer. Popular known answer.
Okay, got it.
Ayyo, Modi himself is not able to withstand all this stupidity. What about somebody else? Like that. I am just taking something. If you are in a different party, don't read too much into that. Okay. Anvaya rachana. Uvacha uktavati. Ka uvacha denuhu uvacha. Okay. Kam uvacha. This thing, I have now colored it into 4 pieces. This thing comes from this. Okay. Okay. Ka denuhu. Kam uvacha tam. Vismitam tam. So tam. Kidrisham tam. Vismitam tam. And here you can put dilipam in bracket. It will be nice to put dilipam either here or here. Okay. Asi. Another thing, Kriyapadam. So this is the quote, right? Kaha, I mean, who is the karta of the asi? Tvam. They have brought it out in bracket accurately here. This is what you should do. Kidrishahatvam, and actually you dilipaha. Also you can put in another bracket here. Kidrishahatvam parikshitaha. Tvam kim krutva parikshitaha udbhavya, by creating. Kam udbhavya, mayam udbhavya, by a magical creation. Kena parikshitaha maya, by me. And dhenva, you can put in bracket dhenva. Okay.
Here, is it a karmani prayog? I mean, I'm not able to place it in this particular green table.
Tvam is the karma in pratama position. Maya is the karta. Dhenu. Karmani only.
Prathama tvam katham sa.
Maya tvam parikshitaha asi. Ktanta parikshitaha.
Okay.
This ktanta is doing the niche, normally what we do with kriyapada.
Asti.
Sorry, that karmani kriyapada has been replaced with a ktanta. That's what I wanted to say. Don't forget niche, pitch and all that. That karmani kriyapada has been replaced with parikshitah,
Understood.
and then
Understood.
asi has been put. Yeah. Because of tvam. Okay. Yes, there is a karmani flow using a tantak visheshana. Okay. Na prabhu asti. They have brought out the entire with prabhu with an asti inferencing. Okay. So na prabhu asti. So samartah nasti. Kaha na prabhu antakaha. Kim kartum na prabhu prahartum. You can just put kim kartum prahartum. Enough. Kasmin prahartum mai. Upon whom. So the question has been put in saptami. So this usage is a little, mam prahartum is normally how you use, right? But mai is also allowed. That's a new grammar we are learning from Kalidasa. Upon me to hit, not on me to hit. I mean, upon, on are both saptami. Hit me, okay. Hit me is the karma. Me, there is karma. So mam also is accurate answer. But in that case, your question will be kam prahartum, mam prahartum. Okay. Kam, why? Because mam is not linga used without linga, but we know the contextually it is dhenu, so maybe kam can be used here. Okay. All right. So kasmat na prabhu, rishi prabhavat na prabhu. Prabhu in the sense of prabhavati. Okay. Yes.
Sir, that Rishi Prabhavat is in me, and that's why nobody is able to. That Mai is related to, I think, Rishi
No.
Prabhavat.
This Rishi Prabhavat, Prahartum na Prabhu also can be taken. Mai Rishi Prabhavat Saha Pravartum na Prahartum na Prabhavati or na Prabhu. That can also be taken.
Okay.
Rishi Prabhava is a source of the influence on both on her as a grace and on Antaka as a disabler.
Okay.
Both influences are there. You can see. That's why I said you can take both senses. But you can take it in the overall sense. So that's what they have put it all in the end. So the entire stack is enabled by his Prabhava. Okay. Enabled in the sense disabled in this case. Okay. Kimuta, see, they have put that only as question. Na prabhavanti. Okay. So kimuta ke na prabhavanti anya himsraha. Okay. So I put the kimuta as a question over there, so you can remember this. This is something new we are learning first time. Okay. So this is adhyaharyam. Is a adhyaharyam should have been there. Hartam as a mistake there in the textbook. Adhyaharyam. This na prabhavanti, na prabhuhu, na prabhavaha actually. If you want to take with multiplication. So na prabhavaha if you use a tanta, or na prabhavanti if you use a lakara form. Okay. So this is how they brought out the kaku. There isn't any other great technique, so they are just associated with the activity itself, na prabhavanti, which is inferred. Ke na prabhavanti anya himsraha. Okay. So this kimuta is what say? I mean that person itself is incapable. What say this? What say these little things like that? Okay. Tatra naryah eva evam. Okay, maybe I should. So over in that place, ladies themselves are behaving this way. Kimuta naraha. What will be the behavior of men over there? Hanta. Ayo, give it up. So, we are talking about a place with total disgrace happening. So, some context like that. So, that's place where kimuta naraha. Okay. So, what can we expect from men who generally are even quicker to fall? Okay. So, hanta, like that. This kind of thing. So, basically, some sense like that. I don't know. It may not be socially a great sentence what I have thrown in there, but I think you get the sense of kimuta there. That was my intent. Okay. Kincha, another type of thing that we use. Again, it is kim plus cha, but it is its own, it breathes its own meaning. Further, moreover, that is the sense. It's not what and. The literal translation is what and. But the Rudhi Bala translation is Moreover, further, because, almost in that sense. Okay. Saha tatha vadet kincha satyameva tat. Okay. He may say like that. Moreover, it is the truth. Like that. So, it may not be great example, but anyway. So tatahi. Okay. Again, tatahi. And also is this thing. And literally almost the same meaning. And so, okay, like this. So, for example, saha jnani asti. Tatahi karyatatparopi. He is a very knowledgeable guy. And in the same way, he is actually also dedicated worker, which is an extreme rarity, right, in this world. If he's a jnani, he will be a ahankara yukta person who is not karya tatpara. That's what I generally have encountered in my life. I've spent my management life spending countless hours over people who are extremely capable, who have to be, literally massaged to do work. With all kinds of boost pumping and all that to fill their ahankaras. Anyway, saha jnani asti. I myself was probably a bad guy in the same way when I was under other bosses. But anyway, after a while, you start learning about your own weaknesses. That's when you actually learn. Saha jnani asti tatahi karya tatparopi. So these kind of thing, there are lots more like this, which is just giving you a sample. Okay. It will be nice if there is a booklet of such things. I should ask Samskrit Bharati to publish something like that. Kimuta pustakam. See, actually, Vacho Yuktaya. There is actually a beautiful lecture by Soumya Bhagini somewhere. It's actually a poor video recording. Somebody just with a mobile has recorded in some nice place. But her talk is brilliant over there. And that Vacho Yuktaya, it is called. Okay. Speech techniques like that. I think this normally it's a deeper end of grammar subject. Okay. So there she has spoken not about these simple things, some other higher tech stuff that is normally used. So there is more need for people like Soumya Bhagini, etc., maybe to create lectures for these kind of things. Maybe I will appeal to her.
Is it Vacho Vritti?
Vacho yuktayah, yuktihi yuktayah, vacho yuktayah, something
Well, I
like
saw
that.
the same thing by her in YouTube as Vacho Vritti. I thought that's
Oh, maybe it is different then. Maybe I am confused. It's highly possible. The fool that I am, I may be conflating something else with what I am seeking. Yeah. Is it the one where there is some kind of a heavy wind blowing the screen? Okay. Then I am confused. Yeah. Anyway, so that is that. Padavivaranam you guys go through. Oh, what happened to the Samasta Padas? Looks like I have an image failure here. So let us look ourselves. Tam vismitam denuhu uvacha sadho mayam maya udbhavya parikshitah asi rishi prabhavat. There is one samasta here. Rishehe prabhavat. Rishi prabhavat. Basically, you do like this. Rishehe prabhavaha, rishi prabhavaha, pratama. Okay, that is Shashti Tatpurusha. Rishehe prabhavaha. Then Tasmat rishi prabhavat. Put it in Saptami like, sorry, Panchami like that. Sorry, Bhagini. I looks like I just managed to beat you. Na antakaha api. There is no samasta there. Prabhu prahartum kimuta anya himsraha. There is a small samasta there. Anye himsraha. Anya himsraha. There is a karmadare. There is a visheshana purvapada karmadare. Visheshana is that they are others. Nothing, not like some bit guna, some simple attribute of those himsraha, other himsraha. So there are two samastas, but they are so weak that maybe the book doesn't have anything, or maybe I missed image pasting that. Yes, Bhagini?
Kimuta, would it be acting as an avyayi bhava?
No. It is just an avyaya. It is not. Okay. I don't see. There is no sandhi, nothing. Kim and uta, which are combining. So I don't think you can call it out as a samasta. It doesn't have a vritti type of thing in it. I may be mistaken, but to my knowledge, it doesn't appear. Okay, let me state that much.
Disclaimers, huh?
Lots of disclaimers. I'm sorry.
No,
But you
no, I
know,
think it's
the
with
thing
everybody.
is, if we wait to have complete knowledge and then I will say,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
now I am
yeah.
ready to teach, we will never propagate this
Never,
language.
never. I'm sure,
That's
I'm
the
sure,
reason
I'm
why I
sure.
jump in,
Exactly.
despite shaming myself many times
No,
along
no,
the
so
way.
I think it's part of your learning also, no? It's
Yes, very
your
much,
learning path
very much, very
and
much.
revising.
Very much. Bhagini,
Yeah.
actually, every time I teach Kovida, I realize half of it I have forgotten. I'm refreshing myself.
No,
So,
it's a very good way of retaining and
yes, yes,
learning.
yes. So now you see, guys, so the important thing when you list the words is identifying the pradhana kriya, upakriyas. Okay. So that uvacha, what was there? Uvacha, that is the pradhana kriya. I wish they put the word also. I should have pasted the shloka there. They're doing shortcut by numbering it here. I should bring this over here. Then it will become easier. I'll improve the slide in the future. Okay, so the uvacha is the pradhana kriya. Then there is a udbhavya, lyabantavya. Actually, not a. Actually, they should say lyabantavya. Just avyaya is not useful here. Lyabantavya is useful. That means there is an embedded upakriya there. Okay, that bhudatus bhavya form. Okay, so that is the thing. Then as dhatu is there. Okay, as a pradhana kriya, where asi, yeah, madhyama purusha ekavachana asi, in the quotes it is there. Okay, that was part of this sentence, right? This green sentence. Okay, so then there is a upakriya in again prahartum in tumunanta. Okay, it's because it's on its own karma pada. What is its karma pada if you go back? So actually it would be mam prahartum, but the karma is in saptami sense. Kasmin prahartum, mai prahartum. Okay, that kind of sense is there. It's a special usage of saptami if you notice. Just what you call internalize that kind of possibility. Nannalli hodayalu instead of nannannu hodayalu. Okay, I mean I'm using for Kannadigas here, but Okay, so I think that is the three shlokas. Let us read the three shlokas once. Always good. तस्मिन् क्षणे पालयितुः प्रजानाम् उत्पश्यतः सिंहनिपातमुग्रम् अवाङ्मुखस्योपरि पुष्पवृष्टिः पपात विद्याधरहस्तमुक्ता अमृतायमानं वचहो निशम्योत्थितमुत्थितः सन् ददर्श राजा जननीमिव स्वां गामग्रतः प्रस्रविणीं न सिंहम्. So clear now when we read again with the understanding. Tam vismitam dhenuruvacha sadho mayam mayodbhavya parikshitosi ऋषि प्रभावान् मयि नान्तकोऽपि प्रभुः प्रहर्तुं किमुतान्य हिंस्राः. Nice. That's why when now next time when you now many of us do many shloka readings as part of our bhakti marga perusal etc., which is very good, but please also try to understand them completely in detail, even with other people's vyakya etc., especially in Samskrita Bharati style. If you do padavibhaga anvaya and learn them, that is the best really, rather than with just an English paragraph that follows the shloka, which is very lame way of you understanding the shloka. Try to understand it in Sanskritam and then go to other deeper interpretations. Maybe Tatparya in a deeper detail can be in English, not a problem. But Anvaya Vakya should be in Sanskritam. Okay, that will be nice.
Sir, one more clarification. If you can just go back, sir.
Huh.
In that Mayo Udbhavya. I don't know. I am still not understood that Karmani part. Of course, I'll go to the recording and understand it once again, the green table. But when I'm reading this, Maya, could it be Mai Udbhavya? In me, I brought out the Maya.
By me, Mayi no.
No,
Maya,
I got it.
Maya udbhavya parikshitah, tvam parikshitah asi. Maya, so leave the Mayam udbhavya part because there is a clausal subtext. So what is the karta? Maya.
Maya.
Maya tvam parikshitosi. That is the karmani part.
Yeah, but it should be Prathama Vibhakti, no? Then
What is
Karmani.
Parikshita is Pratama Vibhakti.
Tvam is also
Parikshita is a Tanta in Pratama Vibhakti. Tvam is
Okay.
implicit.
Tvam is also Pratama.
Tvam is
But
also
Tvam
Pratama.
is...
Thanks, Bhagini.
Yeah, okay. Now I got it. So, thank
Ha,
you.
ha. Is there Tvam? Kaha Tvam?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know why I just thought Tvam is second Vibhakti all this while.
No.
So that's why I was
It's
confused.
we.
That's why I got
I
confused.
always first thing I tell in Pravesha is there are 9 zillion 999 whatever words for Pratama Purusha. Okay. Only there is only one word for Madhyama Purusha, only one word for Uttama Purusha in Sanskritam. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Nobody says Purusha for noun. Purusha is usually used with Kriya Pada. But I want to identify that Tvam is a Madhyama Purusha word and Aham is a Uttama Purusha word. Basically, Yushmad and Asmad Pratipadikas. Okay. So there is only one Pratipadika for Madhyama Purusha, only one Pratipadika for Uttama Purusha. Rest of the Samskrita nouns are Pratama Purusha. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Samskrita Sahitya Parichaya. Samskrita Kosha Sahityam. So today we are learning about the Kosha Sahitya. So some volunteers who can read well, please come forward and raise your hands. Yeah. Subramanya Kumar, if you can start off for us.
अस्तु महोदय संस्कृतकोशसाहित्यं
So this
भाषा
kosha, just a pause, sorry. Kosha means collection of words, okay? Basically, it means like a bag, that sense, okay? Some kind of container is the sense of kosha. But Samskrita kosha means, of course, the kosha of Samskrita words, okay? And Sahitya. Now, where Sahitya comes with Samskrita kosha, this is the brilliant part you don't find anywhere in any other language. In other places, it stops being Samskrita, English kosha, Kannada kosha, like that. But in Samskrita, there is a Sahitya for that. Can you believe it? There is a kind of kavitva involved in creating them, only in Samskrita. That's why it's called Kosha Sahityam. Brilliant. Continue, sir.
भाषाध्ययने शब्दकोशानाम् आवश्यकता विशेषतः भवति.
So it's important to have these dictionaries.
अतः सर्वासु अपि भाषासु बहुविधाः कोशाः उपलभ्यन्ते.
So we get plenty dictionaries for all languages.
संस्कृतभाषा यथा अतिप्राचीना तथैव संस्कृतकोशसाहित्यम् अपि अतिप्राचीनम्.
The same way that this language is very old, even the literature around the dictionaries of Sanskritam are also old. It's not some modern innovation saying, okay, let's have a kosha for Sanskritam also. There has been a paddhati like this. Okay, then continue, sir.
वेदार्थज्ञानार्थं प्राचीने काले निघण्टवः भवन्ति स्म.
So Nighantu is actually another similar word for Bhasha Kosha. Okay, Nighantu. Basically, collection of words is the sense of Nighantu. So there used to be many Nighantus for Vedartha Jnanartham. So specific Veda Shakas used to have their own dictionaries. Yeah.
इदानीम् उपलभ्यमानः निघण्टुः नाम यास्कस्य निरुक्तम्.
So the Nirukta, one of the 6 we read when I had a shloka for Chanda Shastra lecture, we had seen Niruktam over there. So it is like a Nigantu for Veda.
वैदिकनिघण्टवः आसन् ततः पूर्वम्, किन्तु ते इदानीं न उपलभ्यन्ते.
So we have lost many more than we have retained. Okay, we'll not worry about what we have lost, because what is there is going to get lost if you and me don't study. Okay.
यास्कस्य निरुक्तं तावत् वैदिकनिघण्टोः भाष्यम् इति परिगण्यते.
So this Nirukta is literally taken as an explanatory text of such Nigantus that existed in Vaidika Shastra.
यथा यथा कालः गतः तथा तथा लौकिकी भाषा प्रवृद्धा.
So this yatha yata tatata is similar to as and when, then and then of English. Nobody says then and then, but it is there. As and when time went, then and then the what you call colloquial languages increased. Okay.
ततः शब्दप्रपञ्चः अपि विस्तृतः जातः.
More and more words
Vocabulary.
came into prominence. Yeah.
शब्दानाम् अर्थपरिज्ञानार्थं लिङ्गज्ञानार्थं पर्यायादिज्ञानार्थं च निघण्टूनाम् आवश्यकता आपतिता.
So to get the correct meanings, to get the correct gender, to get the equivalent words, list of equivalent words, which are important for kavis and even for loka. Sometimes one word through another that you're familiar, right? So paryaya. So like Rajet's thesaurus is more useful for English grammar than Renan Martin, perhaps. Of course, Renan Martin is great. I'm not saying anything. But Raget's thesaurus is more appreciated by authors. Huh.
ततः बहवः निघण्टवः शब्दकोशाः उत्पन्नाः.
So from there, many koshas came. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to say here, stop here and say about Samskritam. Why Samskritam requires a dictionary isn't once we understand the dhatus, we understand the meaning of those dhatus and their forms, generative processes and forms that they generate. Can't we tell the meaning? To some extent, yes. Usually the meaning that comes from the dhatu embedded in a word, okay, along with its processes which have generated that word, tries to tell the meaning. But what happens in Laukika Bhasha, that's why they brought Laukiki Bhasha. There is a Abhyasa, Rudhi, we call it Rudhi, practice. Okay. So sometimes word which literally means something in practice takes a different beastly meaning or a better meaning sometimes. Okay. So that is also important. You can't only go behind the engineered meaning. You have to go with the understood meaning as the world uses those words. So that is why these nigantus and koshas actually help us, because they show, rather than the engineered meaning, see the paryaya padas and take this path and then try to think, can the engineered meaning be stretched to apply in this way, like that. Okay. Because an engineered meaning is a very broad vector. It can take many interpreted meanings. So the Laukika meaning is one interpreted strong Brudhi Bala meaning. So we have to see how to apply it there. That's why we need this. Okay. Because the same engineered word, why I'm saying engineered, because everything is engineered from dhatus. Okay. So the same engineered word could take different meanings. Sometimes contextually they do take different meanings. Okay. Thanks, Varya.
धन्यवादः.
Again, Varya, you just have Mehta, so I have to call you Mrs. Mehta. Please read.
धन्यवादः. निरञ्जना मेहता.
Niranjana, I please, I'm very bad with memorizing names.
Oh, absolutely okay, sir.
I just remember my name.
Actually, there's no face. Now you connect a face to a name, but now there's no face, so it's tough. It's tough.
No, here I don't want to go into bandwidth issues, so I'm keeping it simple. Yeah.
इदानीं सर्वे शब्दकोशाः अकारादिक्रमेण शब्दान् सूचयन्ति.
So normally English dictionary, how it will go? A to Z, it will go akaradikramena, starting with like this they go. I mean, here they mean A, B, C, D. It's interesting. A starts in English also, A starts in Sanskritam also. Interesting. Okay.
किन्तु संस्कृतक्षेत्रस्य प्राचीनकोशाः तथा न आसन्.
So but the Sanskrit world didn't go with this akara business and all. It was nothing to them. The first letter meant nothing to them.
प्राचीन कालीन कोशेषु.
Hindi, you're reading like Hindi.
Sorry, प्राचीन कालीन कोशेषु द्वैविध्यं दृश्यते.
Dvividha dvaividyam. See, dvividayaha bhavaha dvaividyam. So duality. Then the nature of dualness is duality. That's what dvaividyam means. Okay. Samskrita is very good with this growth ditas. Okay. So this kind of dual nature is seen even in the old days, like that. Okay, I mean, the dual nature means a different natures, maybe that sense. Okay, huh.
शब्दान् वर्गशः विभज्य तत द्वर्ग सम्बन्धिनां पर्यायपदानां लिङ्गसहितं निर्देशं कुर्वाणः.
So some koshas, they do vargashaha vibhajya. I mean, basically household objects, objects that are useful for Vedic rituals, objects related to some other. So basically activity-based clustering, basically. So maybe transport related, like even today we do, like we teach words, a set of words to children. We focus on body parts, we focus on transport words, we focused on animals, we focused on birds. So like that we do some kind of intelligent grouping. That was done by Samskrita largely. So they did that, and then they created with the gender identification, the equivalent, etc., certain teachings of words.
एतादृशाः कोशाः यथा अमरकोशः अभिधान चिन्तामणिः हारावलीः विकाण्डकोशः कल्पद्रुमकोशः इत्यादयः.
The Kalpadruma is brilliant. I bow down enormously to the work of whoever or who all Pandits worked for Kalpadruma. Amarakosha is, of course, brilliant. I mean, no argument. But Amarakosha is a tough nut. Okay. Kalpadruma is actually like a reference text. Okay. Amarakosha is meant for memorizing. Kalpadruma is meant for accessing. Okay. You cannot memorize Kalpadruma, but you can access it. It's like an encyclopedia of Sanskrit words. Okay, that's it's beyond a kosha. Okay, others I am not also aware. But remember, Amara kosha and Kalpadruma kosha are very important for us. The first and the last in this list. Continue, Bhagini.
शब्दानाम् अन्तिमान् वर्णान् ककारादि क्रमेण संगृह्य हकारान्तपर्यन्तानां शब्दानां लिङ्गसहित निर्देशं kurvanaha.
So first category was those that go with varga, arthayukta vargashaha. But here it is using this akaradikrama. Kakaradikrama they have called it instead of akaradikrama. They have called it kakaradikrama. It's another way of saying the same thing, really. So there indeed are some dictionaries that focus on the first letter, but these are, if you will see, these are in the past couple of centuries influenced by English language dictionary methods. Okay, but I mean, our Sanskrit Pandits didn't lag behind. They said, okay, let us create, because they needed to create Sanskrit to English, English to Sanskrit, Sanskrit to Kannada, Kannada to Sanskrit dictionaries, etc., etc. I'm sure similarly there are Tamil, Malayalam, Marathi, Hindi, such koshas are there plenty.
ये च तथा ते च यथा मेदिनी कोशः नानार्थरत्नमाला अनेकार्थ संगृह्य इत्यादयः.
अनेकार्थ संग्रहः इत्यादयः. Okay, so the Medini Kosha is a little famous amongst this. Okay, so Amara Kosha doesn't have any unique copyright to this Paryaya Pada. There are other koshas that do similar thing based on another different method rather than Amara Kosha's method, which was Vargashaha Vibhajanam, Atra Kakaradikrameena Vibhajanam, Athva Sthapanam. Vibhajanam iti nasti tatra sthapanam eva. So you can pause here.
So sorry, Mahodaya, the Antiman Varnan is the last letter they are taking. Shabdanam Antiman Varnan Kakaradi Kramena. So
okay. Very good. Actually, thanks for alerting us. I ignored it. So it is not Adima Varna, Antima Varna. This is very nice actually. In Samskrita, the Adima Varna is less important than Antima Varna. Okay. It's like when we say Ramaha, we remember it as Rama
Akara.
Shabda, Akaranta Pullinga Rama Shabdaha. So that Antimakshara is very critical because all the play in Sanskritam is happening between Prakriti and Pratyaya. Okay, Prakritis and Pratyayas are at play everywhere. So the joining of the Pratyaya, identification of how the modification of the Pratyaya and the Prakriti happens when they join becomes an extremely important aspect of this language because it is a what you call agglutinative language like German. Okay, because it is an agglutinative language, the gluing knowledge is very important, and for gluing we need Antimakshara. Okay, and the linga of that pratipadika, etc. So that's why Antiman Varna. Very thank you, Padma Varya, for bringing our attention to what I ignored totally. It is very important aspect.
Thank you, sir.
So not the English dictionary Adikrama. Okay, it is Antima Varnakrama. So here Kakaradikkramena is not Adi of not the word. This is Ka being the first of a list. So of course it should have been Akaradi. Maybe Ka is a mistake there. Okay, so Rama Shabda, then Guru Shabda, Ukara, some Pitru Shabda, Rikara, like that it goes. Or Hari Shabda, Ikara, like that it goes. Okay. Huh.
Basically
Thanks,
explaining
thanks,
all the
Varya. You have
cases,
concluded
sir?
your reading. I thank you for that.
No, so I'm just asking, sir, it's basically a Vibhakti basis based on the Shabdanam Antim Varnan, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Learning from it.
Vibhakti
Yeah.
declension and even other declensions that we do, Krudanta, Tadita
Okay.
variations, etc. What we do. Other pratyayas, not just Kriyapada pratyayas or Namapada pratyayas. For dhatus also Antimakshara is important. For Pratipadikas also Antimakshara is important. Because both are playing with Prakriti and Pratyaya rules.
Mahodaya, does Niruktam also follow the same method? Because nothing is
Oh,
mentioned about that.
you're asking a Dumbo, sir. I wish I
Sorry.
knew about Niruktam. I'm not a, what you call an adhikari right now to even enter and try to understand anything there. So I'm not bothered. See, there is this beautiful concept in Samskrita called adhikari bhava. Okay. If you haven't prepared yourself in entirety to enter a text, don't enter, is the advice they give.
Oh,
Okay. And it's not like you are an untouchable and you should not touch that.
not
No,
like
no.
that.
It is that you haven't earned the rights to open that.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
So don't go and say, hey, what is written there? Nothing is under. Like if somebody who is not knowing anything in mathematics opens a burst calculus or something, he will say, what is this all crap?
Not understand.
That is like, sacredizing something that is sacred for somebody who knows what it is.
Yes, yes.
Like, for example, in Ramanujan's textbook, there was this formula 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... infinity is equal
Fibonacci,
to
not
1
Fibonacci.
minus 1 by 12, right? So, the people who don't know mathematics will throw his book. Okay?
Yes.
They didn't know it was a symbology he was using.
Yes, yes, yes. You need certain maturity to understand.
Absolutely. That's why, it's so deep end, all that. So we will take a water break and come back after water break and continue reading from Upari Nirdishtaha part. Okay? Take a water break, please. Okay. So let me now, we start back. Let me now invite Dr. Seema Hardikar to continue reading from Upari Nirdishtaha.
Yes, sir. उपरि निर्दिष्टाः उभयविधाः अपि कोशाः श्लोकरूपेण एव भवन्ति.
So this is interesting, actually, this statement. See, the things that are mentioned above, they are in the shloka rupa, like this. Though I don't know about Kalpadruma being shloka rupa, but okay, maybe definitely Amara Kosha, Haravali, etc. All those things are shloka rupa. Medini Kosha may be shloka rupa. I am not aware, but I'm not sure about Kalpadruma. But anyway, we will take it with a pinch of salt.
प्राचीने काले लेखनसौलभ्यम् एतावत् न आसीत् इत्यतः स्मरणशक्तेः आनुकूल्यार्थं शास्त्रकोशादयः सर्वे श्लोकरूपेण एव भवन्ति स्म.
It is incorrect, this statement. Okay. there was Lekana Saulabhya. It may not have been what you call easy, but the Saulabhya was there. Okay. It is because Marana Shakti was important to become a Kavi. If you start opening 10 books and then you write one verse, how much you will, can you do a work of a Vyasa? You can't. Okay. So he had to put all the things in his neurons and then work. Okay, so that is why Shastra Koshadayah Shloka Rupena eva bhavanti sma, because Vyasa can immediately remember the particular Paryaya Pada from the verse that is memorized from his baby status almost, let alone childhood. Okay, so this I disagree. This is the Western trope on our Paddhati. Okay, don't take that. Continue, Bhagini.
Yeah. लौकिकसंस्कृतक्षेत्रे प्रायः 75 निघण्टवः कोशाः इदानीम् उपलभ्यन्ते. That is ज्ञातकर्तृकाः.
With known authors. Okay, so now we have about Samskrita Bharati has estimated in the world there are about 75 such koshas. I mean, obviously they're talking of those that are prevalent in India and some popular Indologists created. Many Indologists have done some good work from the West also, including all of them.
एतदतिरिच्य अज्ञातकर्तृकाः 10-15 निघण्टवः अपि उपलभ्यन्ते.
So there are some others which are with unknown authorship. See, Jnata Kartrika, Ajnata Kartrika, see another beautiful way in which a yogika shabda has been, as a bahuvrihi, has been applied to kosha shabda. Okay? Jnata Kartrikaha koshaha, Ajnata Kartrikaha koshaha. So that simple thing says everything in the big sentence what it says.
भाषाभ्यासदृष्ट्या अधिकतया उपयुज्यमानः कोशः अमरकोशः. एतस्य वास्तविकं नाम नामलिङ्गानुशासनम् इति.
So Amarkosha is the one that is very, very, I mean, I remember my childhood, even my sisters used to go to a class to memorize this kosha. So it's an important one.
एतस्य रचयिता अमरसिंहः. गच्छता कालेन एषः कोशः अमरकोशः इत्येव प्रसिद्धः जातः.
He actually calls his work Namalinganuशासनम. In his first verse itself, I think the name comes. Okay. First couple of verses, if not the first one. So, but it is more popularly known as Amarakosha. I mean, yeah. So that is that. Okay. So we will, luckily our great software engineers have put it into the Ashtadhyayi portal. Nilesh Bodhaswarya has done this. So we now have this available electronically, not just as text. Actually, when you click on a particular sutra, like for example, you get the full analytical detail of that, like this. Okay. Oh, sorry. I should click again to take out. Yeah.
प्राचीनकालात् अपि भाषाध्यासिभिः अमरकोशस्य कंठस्थीकरणं क्रियमाणं दृश्यते.
See this word okay? So normally is used as a upasarga, right? So bahubhyah, like that. So is in a complete inclusive sense. Okay? So Prachina Kalat just means from the ancient times. Prachina Kalat means continuously from ancient times. That is the sense of okay? Without any gap like that.
Like Ashtamudrimachalo.
Varia?
Like Ashtamudrimachalo.
Samudra. Oh, thanks. Kalidasa's use of Yes, correct. Completely throughout that landmass is this country called Bharata, like that Kalidasa explains. Yeah, nice. Thanks. So Prachina, this is not been put there and Prachina here because there is some kind of a cut of a single word. That can be used as a standalone word also. Okay, it has a special permission, so they have used like that. Okay.
पर्याय पदज्ञानार्थं लिङ्गज्ञानार्थं शब्दार्थज्ञानार्थं च अमरकोशस्य अध्ययनं नितान्तम् उपकरोति.
So we get the equivalent words, we get to know about gender, and we get to know about meaning of words that we want to know. I mean, that's implicit. So yeah, nitantam upakaroti means without end. That means it is the parampara has continued and it helps you throughout your life. That sense of nitantam.
एतस्य 35 व्याख्यानानि सन्ति इत्येतत् एव एतस्य परिष्कृततां जनप्रियतां च द्योतयति.
The 35 Vyakhana Granthas are there for this Amara Kosha. So it shows its very great importance. That's what.
Right.
Thanks, Varye. Let us switch to Lalita Varye. M. Lalita.
Namaste, sir. Akharadikramen rachiteshu kosheshu adimah shabda kalpadramah nama koshah.
So this kosha is Akaradi Krama, that is Padanta Krama, I think.
Yeshah Raja Radha Kanta Devena Virachitah.
Oh, one author. Oh my God. Raja Radha Kanta Devena. Oh my God. Okay. I thought it was a collection of, maybe he was the lead editor. I'm sure that it's too huge to be one person's work. So I imagine it to be a huge court of knowledgeable people involved in it. Yeah.
Sakala Shastra Sambandhaha Shabdaha Api Atra Sangruhitaha Santi.
So different Shastra. I mean, for example, those related to Kavya, those related to Natya Shastra, like this. Okay, Nyaya Shastra, like this.
Etadrishaha Aparaha Koshaha Vachaspatyam Iti.
This is also another great book, actually. Vachaspatyam.
Shabda Kalpadrume Yavantaha Shabdaha Santi Tatopi Adikaha Shabdaha Santi Atra.
So Vachaspatyam has even more than Shabda Kalpadruma. Interesting.
Nirupana Kramaha Api Parishkritaha Asti.
Very refined way of describing. That means there is a science. So if there is a science to putting a dictionary down, there has been that scientific methodology deployed, is what they're saying. That means if one word is explained in a certain way and your brain tunes to that method, the same method is repeatedly there for the remaining words. You will see this even in English dictionaries, not the teeny weeny ones that we use for high school, etc. I mean the deep end ones. They have, pronunciation guide in the beginning, then the accented way in which the word is re-represented after the original form to show its pronunciation using the accents, etc. So that kind of stylization we appreciate. At an advanced level, when you need dictionaries, you need all that. So similarly, the same thing is seen in this Shabdal Kalpadruma, Vachaspatyam, etc. Whereas Amara Kosha, no, it's not, it's more about simply stating the words. It's not so detailed because it's about sutra technique. It's about memorization. That's why.
Etasya Rachayita Taranatha Tarka Vachaspatihi.
Okay, Taranatha Tarka Vachaspatihi. So Tarka, so that means he was in Nyaya Shastra, Tarka Shastra expert. Okay. Interesting. Again, both these persons, Raja Radha Kantaha, Raja Kanta Devaha, and then this Taranatha Tarka Vachaspati. I don't think they are too ancient. They must be within the last couple of centuries from what, I mean, not newer than 2 centuries, but in that era, 17th century, like that, I think, 18th century maybe. Yeah. Thanks, Bhagini. I will use one more person.
Sir, I want to give you one more information. They are, I think, in Amarakosha, they are including some Akyata Chantrika words. Soumya madam told. So some students are working on that, and then they are including some words from, some words are not found in Amarakosha. So they are including from Akyata Chantrika.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
So in Amarakosha, it is said that there are many commentaries. So that does it mean that just by reading the main text of Amarakosha will not be able to understand?
Actually, I will open. For example, you look at this. Okay. Yasya Jnana Daya Sindor. Okay, that is actually Mangala Shloka and I'll leave it. Okay. So here, let us come to this Swaravyayam. The first one, which is actually a dictionary line. Rest is actually rule book. He is telling what is the rules he has used. It's very scientific. Okay. But let's come to this. Swaravyayam Swarganaka Tridivat Tridashalayah. So what you will make from this, right? So a lot of them are in Pratipadika form.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why, and also, it requires a little bit more Laukika Jnana to interpret the linga. So what he does is he clusters Samana Lingakas into a Bahuvachana. Okay.
Okay.
So that's Swar, Avyayam, Swarga, Pullingaha. So
this is commentary?
This one actually is not a commentary. What this Nilesh Bodaswarya and others who have worked on it have done is, from the commentaries, they are not interested in other explanation. They are just interested in extracting the Pratipadikas. Okay. And extracting their gender. Avyaya, Pullinga, etc. The first level explanation. I don't know if I click further, more details, other Vyakyanas may be available, collected by him. You guys can go to Amarakosha section in ashtadhyayi.com and figure out. But this is, at our simple level, this is enough. For example, Swar Avyayam. So that means it's just Swar. It has to be used like Swar everywhere. Swarga is a Pullinga form. Okay. So Swargaha is the form. So then immediately Akaranta Pullinga, Rama Shabdavat, Naka Pullinga. So Rama Shabdavat, Tridiva Pullinga, Rama Shabdavat. Like this we go. Okay.
Oh, these are synonyms.
More or less decline it in all vibhaktis without further knowledge. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So commentaries on this means it will help in
I think they will be more, they will be even having example. I don't know. I haven't clapped my eye on one. 35. Some of them maybe, Kannada commentary on Amarakosha.
Could be
maybe with Kannada Paryaya Padas below. Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, what I understand is, sorry, what I understand is like Swarga. How Amarkosha goes is it starts with the definition of Swarga, and everything related to Swarga, all the people, things, everything is then clustered in this group. Like as you said,
there is actually a section name. So this section is called Swarga section.
Correct.
Starting from 1.1.6. So this see here. Atha Amarasimha Pranite Namalinganushasane Prathama Kande Swarga Vargaha. So this is called Swarga Varga. Within Prathama Kanda there are many Vargas. In that Kanda there is Swarga Varga, and that starts from 1.1.6 because up to 5 is common things, and then this goes. So starts with, like you said, Swarga, next Deva. That's what this guy has done. Beautiful work. He has taken the most popular one, put it there. So this sutra is about Swarga, this sutra is about Deva, like that he goes. Okay.
Actually, the linga in the words is also written.
Bhagini, say again.
The linga of the words also is written in the verse with some key codes.
In some places, you're right. For example, here Swar is not there, but what they have taken is they have taken Swar Avyayam. See here. See, Swar is Avyaya, then Swarganaka Tridiva Tridasha Tridashalaya. Okay. Tridashalaya. All these are Pullinga because Tridashalayaha is Pullinga. Like that. So again, he doesn't say Pullinge or something where it's not needed. Okay. So Suralokaha Dyodivau Dve Striyam. Okay. So these two are in Stri. Okay. So Suraloka is clearly in Pullinga because it's in full Vibhakti form. It is very clear. Okay. So this is Avyaya, these are all Pullinga, these two are in Strilinga and in Kliba, in Napumsaka. Kliba means Napumsaka. Trivishtapam. So some places this is not always there. You need the Vyakyana's help. But most places these kind of clues are there. That's what Bhagini is saying.
Yeah.
Okay. See here, for example, there is nothing about Stri, Pum, Kliba. See, Amara, Nirjara. Amara is, it sounds like Strilinga, right? But no, Visarga is there. It's in Bahuvachana. The Suraha is there, you see. So you need to get that full sentence, and then even here it's not just like list of words. There is some kind of sambandha. These are the words in the meaning of suras, like that. That's what he means. He has not put the kriya pada, but that's what he means. Okay. Okay, where we halted? Here. So we are going slow, so I will continue reading. Unfortunately, I'll just finish off. Okay. संस्कृताध्ययनार्थम उपकारकाः कोशाः केचन. There are few more koshas. Samskrita English Shabdakoshah Apte. He is very popular. His various editions are there to help from simple set to massive books also. So this is one of them. The concise one is good for high school and college. So concise Sanskrit English dictionary of Apte. Samskrita English Shabdakoshah, Monier Williams. This is also very famous, one of the famous Indologists' work. Samskrita English Shabdakoshah, MacDonnell, sorry. And then English Samskrita Shabdakoshah, so Apte has done both direction. Okay. छात्रोपयोगार्थं प्रादेशिकभाषया अल्पमूल्यकाः कोशाः अपि तत्तत् प्रदेशे उपलभ्यन्ते एव. We get very low cost local language book dictionaries also. Okay. So for example, this comes from Mysuru. So Samskrita Kannada Shabdakosha, that's what is written there. Okay, and they call it some nice name in Sanskritam, Shabdartha Kaustubaha, like this. This was done by the Sanskrit College in Mysore with a lead editor. So it's 6-7 volumes. So a lot of comprehensive work on Sanskrit Kannada thing is there. Very good book. I have an old edition of this, my father's book, in my dictionary, in my library. Yeah. So, but for us now, these kind of places are there. Okay. Kosha.sanskrit.today, ashtadhyayi.com/kosha, which is what I was talking about. Samskritakosha.com. So some people use another portal, which is actually a crowdsourced portal of some German university, somewhere like that. Don't trust it entirely. That's all. Some learn Sanskrit. Something is there. I forget the name now.
Sanskrit dictionary, learn Sanskrit CC.
Learn Sanskrit.de or something like that. Daish extension is there, .de, something like that. Yeah, but it is actually crowdsourced, and you can't entirely trust it. Generally, it's okay when you want some lookup, but you have to do deeper research. Once you get the Pratipadika there, you have to come to these dictionaries and understand it better. Because that goes from English to Sanskrit, and it is indexed. That's why it's a portal with a search thing. Now, unfortunately, when you go to ashtadhyayi.com/kosha, it's Sanskrit to Sanskrit. Generally, Sanskrit to English is there, as because that will come as a later entry there, but you can't type an English word and get a Sanskrit word there as of now. I don't know whether the Varya has already done something for that, but some of these other koshas may do that. I don't know.
KST kosha.
Oh, KST kosha does English to Sanskrit. Thanks, Bhagini. Just share the link with me. I will share it in the group. Because for us, both directions are important. Yeah. KST is Karnataka Sanskrit University, I think something. Yeah. Samskrita Grantha Kara Parichayaha. So, Nataka Karaha, Ashwaghoshah, Bhasaha, Bhavabhutihi, Shudrakaha, and Bhattanarayanaha are the 5 parties that we have to study. Okay, yeah. So, let's start with one of them. Okay. So, Kumuda Kannan Varye, Ashwagosha is your party.
अश्वघोषः संस्कृतसाहित्यस्य उपलब्धम् अतिप्राचीनं नाटकं शारीपुत्रप्रकरणम् इति.
तस्य कर्ता एव अश्वघोषः। एषः बौद्धदार्शनिकः कविः च आसीत्। यद्यपि बहवः ग्रन्थाः एतेन लिखिताः इत्येव प्रसिद्धाः, तथापि बुद्धचरितं सौन्दरनन्द चेति महाकाव्यम् एतस्य इत्यत्र न सन्देहः।
So he was a Buddhist. See, Bauddha Darshanikaha, and so Buddha Charitam is one of his famous works, Ashwagosha. Ashwagosha. Saundaranandam. Interesting form. Okay.
जर्मन् देशीयः लूडर्स् महोदयः एतस्य 3 नाटकानि सङ्गृह्य प्रकाशितवान्।
Luders. Okay.
लूडर्स्। तेषु अन्यतमम् एव शारिपुत्रप्रकरणम्। अत्र 6 अङ्गाः सन्ति।
So the Shariputra Prakaranam, which has been referred, Ati Prachinam Natakam, okay, of Samskrita Sahitya. Interesting. So 6 sections are there.
अश्वघोषः प्रथमायां शताब्द्याम् आसीत् इति ऊह्यते।
So first century.
एतस्य ग्रन्थानां समाप्तिवाक्यतः ज्ञायते यत् एतस्य माता सुवर्णाक्षी इति। एतस्य जन्मस्थलं साकेतः इति च।
Interesting, no? He put his mother's, I mean, basically, I'm sure he put a taddita of his name from Suvarnakshi. Savarnakshi, something like that he would have put.
वेदं, रामायणं, महाभारतम्, आर्हतं, सांख्यं, वैशेषिकादिदर्शनानि च एषः सम्यक् जानाति स्म।
So he was a bridge between Sanatana Darshanas and Bauddha Darshanas, clear, because he didn't ignore the other things. So even Arhata means Jaina Darshana also he knew. Okay. So very interesting. I mean, they know it from looking at his work. Okay. That's how they interpret his knowledge.
एतस्य सङ्गीतपरिचयः अपि सम्यक् आसीत्।
Okay, so when God gives, he doesn't stop. So one wishes we had 1 gram of their brain.
Somebody's gained my loss. अश्वघोषस्य नाटकानि लक्षणशास्त्रानुगुणानि एव सन्ति।
So his play, his Rupaka is actually completely following the techniques described in other Lakshana Granthas. That means he clearly follows a prototype set by the Samskrita Vangmaya. Okay, interesting.
अश्वघोषस्य कालिदासस्य च काव्येषु साम्यं दृश्यते।
So there is a certain linguistic similarity. That means there must be some kind of samakalinatva or something like that. And the mastery, some centuries excelled. So, yeah. Thanks, Bhagini. So we know a little bit about this great Ashwaghosha. So Shariputra Prakaranam, remember that it is a play, a Nataka type of Rupaka. And then please remember Buddha Charitam, important. And so he was a Bauddha Darshanika, Buddha Charitam. A few more if you can remember. So that he was well versed not just in Buddhism, he had good knowledge of other darshanas, is important knowledge. Okay.
Not to be mixed up with somebody called an astrologer also. Some Jyotisha also is there, Ashwagosha, if I'm not wrong.
Perhaps is a different person.
Aryabhatta and all. We haven't read Ashwagosha.
No. There may be an astrologer also. Beginning is not referring to mathematical aspect. The other astrology aspect maybe there is. I think there may be something like that. She may be right.
Because he knows so much that I thought perhaps astrology is also his domain.
I don't know what Buddhists thought of astrology. That's another important. We have to look at the darshanas to see how they judge on astrology. It's important because belief in I mean, not the time determinant mathematical aspect of astrology very much. Yeah, there was no doubt that is science, but a little bit about all this Hora Shastra, what we call, this predictive thing, saying, okay, tomorrow this will, this is not a good time, that is not a good time. This kind of thing, I don't know what Bauddha Darshana's viewpoint was. I'm not aware. Okay. Whom do we pick? Sudhir Mondalvarya, read a little bit, sir.
नमस्ते सर।
Hmm.
भासो यद्यपि भासस्य प्रशंसा कालिदासो वनाधिभिः कृता तदीयानि सुभाषितानि बहुषु सुभाषितसंग्रहेषु दृश्यन्ते तथापि तस्य कृतयो तु गतस्य शतकस्य आदिभागे लब्धाः
So there was a
करलीयेन
long time, just pause. There was a long time when we didn't get any kritis of Basa. Reference to Basa was there, even from Kalidasa, etc., is seen. And lot of Subhashitas are purportedly sourced from Basa's work are seen in various Subhashita Sangrahas. But we actually didn't have access to his full masterful kritis. I mean, his entire work, body of work. They got, discovered. I mean, obviously from some kind of a, place where they were stored in the original form, in the leaf copied form, not what he wrote, but copy of copies. They were got in the early 20th century. Or maybe when if this book was written in 20th century, maybe early 19th century, one of the two.
ओके सर। ক্যারোলিয়েনো টি গণপতি শাস্ত্রীয় বরিয়েনো তদিয়ানি তদিয়ানি
Trayodasha.
ত্রয়োদশ রূপকানি শঙ্খগৃহম প্রকাশিতানি 1910 তমে খ্রিস্টাব্দে।
अस्तु अस्तु स्वीकुर्मः, चिन्ता नास्ति। एकसहस्रात् नवशतात् दशतमे, like that, something like you can say. Don't worry. Okay, so 13 of his Rupakas were collectively published by Ganapati Shastri from Kerala in early 20th century. Okay, that is the first time they became again Prakati Krita. So he found it in some. He has done a lot of digging to republish a lot of great works.
ওকে। তেষাং শৈলী তন্ত্রম কথাংশ বিধানম রসোপোষণম বর্ণনয়ম ইত্যাদিষু ইয়ৎ সাদৃশম দৃশ্যতে তদ্বলাৎ এককত্রিকোত্তম ভাষো কর্তৃত্বম চ নির্ণীয়তম।
So a little tough sentence, but you can see using similarity of style, the way in which the story is placed and explained, the way in which rasas, okay, the various rasas. I'm going to talk about rasa next later, okay, and the descriptive method, etc. The similarity that is seen, using the force of that similarity, a single authorship and the authorship of this bhasa is determined. Ganapati Shastri is definitely, has done some introductory work there to show that when he did his publication of collection of 13 works of Basa.
ইয়াজ্ঞফল নামকম রূপকম ওপি ভাসকৃতম ইতি প্রসিদ্ধম।
Other than the 13 published by Ganapati Shastri, there is one more called Yajnapala, which is Yajnapalam or something like that. Yajnapalam, which also is attributed to him. So 14 Rupakas are attributed. So he is majorly a author of plays, Rupakas. Okay.
एवं भाषस्य चतुर्दश रूपकानि इदानीम उपलभ्यन्ते।
So this way we get 14 of his works.
भाषस्य देश कालादि विषये सर्वम ओपि विवाद संपदम अस्ति।
Everything is controversial about his place and time, like every other Samskrita Kavi, more or less. Continue, sir.
केचन मासम क्रिस्तात् पूर्वम स्थितम मन्यन्ते पुनः केचन क्रिस्तात् अनन्तरम आतम।
Those people roughly put it on 2 millennia behind, before or after the Christ era.
बहुनाम पंडितानाम आशयम मनोषि निधाय इदम निर्णयोतुम शक्तिये यत् भाषः तृतीय शतके आसीत् इति।
So Samskrita Bharati concludes about 3rd century AD.
ভাষস্য রূপকানাম শৈলী ন কঠিনা.
So his plays are not difficult.
সর্বেষু রূপকেষু দৃশ্য রমণীয়তা শ্রব্য রমণীয়তা চ অপূর্বা.
Both the scenery description as well as the play of words as heard are unparalleled.
পাত্র চিত্রণে ভাষস্য অনুপমম সামর্থ্যম.
Samarthyam. So he has extreme technique of putting characters into play. For example, if he puts a character there, continuously the character's nature is affirmed and reaffirmed. There is no confusion about the nature of a particular character. Is a hero or is a villain is very clear the way he moves the story.
एतस्य सर्वाणि रूपकानि रस परिपुष्टानि सन्ति.
So he is not only just flatly outlaying the story, he is filling it with various rasas. Okay. So since rasa word has come twice, I will go to the next slide and explain a little bit. So there are these rasas. Okay. Shringara, Hasya, Karuna, Raudra, Veera, Bhayanaka, Bhibhatsa, Adbhuta, Shanta. Shanta is seen as the absence of others, but yeah, it is a separate one. So Shringara Rasaha, this is just Pratipadikas. Okay, all of them will be Shringara Rasaha, Hasya Rasaha, like that they will go. Okay, or Shringaraha as a Visheshana. So this Shringara, there is also a concept of Sthai Bhava. What is the difference between Rasa and Sthai Bhava? Rasa is the nature of color, color of the feeling, I would say. Color of the feeling embedded in the kavya. Then this Sthai Bhava is the response of our human body to that kind of color embedded in the storyline. Okay. For example, a Shringara Rasa. For example, when Kalidasa, when he starts explaining a princess or something, then the Sthai Bhava that is generated in the reader is Rati. Rati means some kind of a romantic feeling. Okay. So Hasya, Hasa, very easy. Then Karuna, Shoka. So the way a Karuna Maya description is done, we will get the feeling of distress in us, Shoka in us. Raudra, we get Krodha. Okay. Veera Rasa, we get Utsaha, enthused. Okay. Bhayanaka, we get Bhaya. When there is a fearful thing, we get fear. Some are very direct, some are, you can see quite distant. Bibhatsa, Jugupsa. When there is some kind of a rejectable type of description, rasa embedded, some kind of horrible killing described, etc., we get Jugupsa, we get disgust. Okay. Adbhuta Rasa, we get Vismaya, we get surprised. Okay. Shanta Rasa, we get Shama. That means we get peace. Okay. So this kind of feeling description is there in the rasa shastra as part of the Kavya Shastra of the rasas and Sthai Bhavas. Okay, they have deeply analyzed this, saying the Kavi should keep this in mind and code their verses to include these rasas appropriately in the sceneries. Okay, so this picture is a Bibhatsa Rasa. Okay, this one is maybe Jugupsa will be generated also again here also. So this, this kind of things. And also at the same time, the way Krishna protects her. Maybe the rasa that is not mentioned here is bhakti. Bhakti is another type of rasa. Not everything is there, but you can see bhakti is another, Shraddha, bhakti, these are other rasas.
Mahodaya, are these rasas only in Nataka, Rupakas, or is there in
in all kavya? In all kavya, whether not just in Rupakas. It is easier in Rupakas because some kind of a displayed play is happening on the stage. Okay. But even if you are reading something which is not meant to be a play, like Raghuvamsham, different rasas are generated, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it something
okay, thanks
like stimulus
for
response?
Huh?
No, it's the same.
Is
Yes,
something
Bhagini?
like stimulus response. You have
Yes, correct. Rasa is the stimulus and the response. The thing that stays with us due to that stimulus is this sthayi bhava. For a while at least, until another one intercedes. And we assign a one rasa to the entire kavya based on what dominates. For example, Mahabharatam is supposed to be Shanta rasa. You would want to argue with that. Everywhere there is fight and all kinds of things there. But they conclude that because Yudhishthira as the hero, finally, though each one may extract a different hero from the storyline, he represents this Shanta rasa is the nature. That's why they conclude that Shanta rasa is what is there. Whereas
maybe
if you
the
go to
objective was peace.
Krishna, you will see Sringara there, like this. Yeah.
So the objective of Mahabharata was to get peace. No? So maybe
Yes.
that's why Shant.
Yes. Overall objective. Actually, it is too big to give one rasa conclusively. Even in 10 verses, 4 rasas can be there. So, yeah.
Concluding one was Shanta.
Yeah. Conclusively, it is Shanta rasa. Yeah, at least concluding a terminal one. If everybody is killed, then Shanta story.
Actually.
Okay. So I think Varya had read somewhere. बहूनां पंडितानाम् आशयं मनसि निधाय इदं निर्णेतुं शक्यते यत् भासः तृतीये शतके आसीदिति भासस्य रूपकाणां शैली न कठिना सर्वेषु रूपकेषु दृश्यरमणीयता श्रव्यरमणीयता च अपूर्वा पात्रचित्रणे भासस्य अनुपमं सामर्थ्यम् एतस्य सर्वाणि रूपकाणि रसपरिपुष्टानि सन्ति. You can literally say this about most of the masterpieces because we are not going to open something that is not worthy of these statements. Okay. All right. So next we have Bhavabhuti and others. We will catch up in the afternoon and see. I thought I will conclude in the morning, but we have 3 more Natakakaras to read and then conclude the lesson today afternoon. Okay. So let's gather at 3 p.m. and continue our pursuit of studies. See you guys.
Tomorrow, sir, 26th January.
Beginning, what is it?
Would we have class tomorrow, 26th Jan, holiday?
Oh, Dr. Seema is very enthusiastic to have more classes.
No, I didn't ask. Somebody else.
Oh, who was it?
Kumuda.
Oh, Kumuda Kandanwari. Okay. I don't have a problem, but I think it will be tiring to have 3 days of classes like that. So let's leave it alone. Okay. And next Saturday, Sunday, we have 4 more sessions. Okay. And if required, that will mean by 1st or something, we will conclude mostly. If not, I will take the next weekend from that, which is 7th, 8th or something like that. Okay. 6th, 7th or 7th, 8th. I'm not checking the calendar right away. So that's okay. That's still a couple of weeks from the exam. And it's not as if the few hours that I take the class will disturb you to study otherwise. What I have seen is that many students have later told me, at least the fact that I stayed in your class and listened to the lesson and all that, though I couldn't find time, 60-70% I could attack the exam, though I didn't revise. So that's why I'm just reading everything in the class. Okay.
It sticks in the minds.
Yeah. So if required, we have 2 more weekends to work with. So don't get worried, Bhagini. Huh?
Yes, sir. Okay.
See you all. Namassarvebhyah. मध्याह्ने 3 वादने पुनः प्रवेशः. अस्तु.
नमस्ते सर. नमस्ते.
नमस्ते.
धन्यवाद.
Namaste.